Look at this. This is 200 naira of Nigeria, right? Look at this. This is $5 of the United States of America, right? Look at this. This is 100 cedi of Ghana. If I bring this to you and tell you it is dollar as a Nigerian, I'm sure you may slap me. Or if I tell you that this is 1,000 naira, you will just either you try to harass me or fight me. If we are doing business, you will think I want to dupe you, right? And if I bring this to you and tell you this is $100, that this is $100 bill, you will see me as a thief, a robber, like somebody who came to, play corny and take away your money if we are doing business together. The same thing here. If I tell you that this is 200 cities of Ghana, you believe that I want to scam you to collect what is higher than what I am paying you. Yes. But if I bring the Bible to you and show you something that doesn't seem right, something that is not, something that does not prove any knowledge, something that does not exist and cannot exist, something that you can't think and fathom and say, yes, this is practical, yet they want you to believe it practically. They sometimes claim that these things are spiritual, but they want you to believe it practically. They want you to put it into physical practice. And if I tell you this is wrong, if I tell you so verse of the Bible cannot be comprehended by any means of knowledge, by any means of reasoning, you rather want to call me a devil. You rather want to see me as someone whom the devil has sent simply because I challenged this same thing. Why didn't you see me? Why didn't you just accept this when I told you that it is 200 cities of Ghana? Because you know that it is money. You don't want to lose. It touches you, right? You didn't complain when I told you that this is $100 bill. You want to fight me. You want to fight me when I tell you that this is 1,000 naira. You want to fight me. Or you want to feel all right when I tell you that this thing that this Bible is saying is not good, it's not correct. You want to accept it that way and rather fight me. I think that is what they call a religious, is it religious bigot? A religious fanatic, uh, maybe religious madness. Yes, because it seems like this religion at times the entire religion looks like something that wants to becloud your sense of reasoning. It just shuts down anything that has to do with thinking, anything that has to do with reasoning, proper reasoning. It wants to shut it down completely. Don't think, don't reason, just accept it. And that's a fool that does that. It's only a fool that does that. And most times in Africa, it is insincerity. Insincerity in the sense that you know very well that this one is the actual thing that gives value. You don't want to joke with it. And you know that the other one, which is the Bible, doesn't give value. That's why you keep roaming around it, playing with it. Because you too, you know it's not real. When it comes to real thing, you bring out your senses, you bring out your head, everything, all your antenna stands. Attention. Because you don't want to be cheated. How come you want to be cheated or you allow yourself to be cheated on this or that thing brought by some white people? A people who enslaved your forefathers. I mean, as you are now, you give birth, and your father and your child give birth again, and that's your children now give birth again, and then you in particular, some people came and enslaved you, tortured you, killed you, massacred your people, and then that's your children. It's meant to believe that you should keep loving these people who killed you. How will you be feeling where you are? Oh, I didn't make it clear. You have given birth. You have your child have also given birth, which is your children, and then your children also give birth. That means you have become great grandfather. And then the certain people came and take away your life, tortured you, took away everything that makes you who you are. And then your child, after reading this, after hearing this, still loves those people, still want to follow those people, still want to worship the God those people brought to you, even after you have made them know the atrocities of these people. How would you feel? That's how your own fathers. You see, when we mention your grandfather, when we mention your ancestors, something makes you believe that it's people you never met, people you never knew, but they were just like you. They were just like you, exactly like you, just like that your father you saw, just like your mother. They were just like that. And they were now, like just right now, if somebody does anything to your parents, your father, your mother, if they are still alive, you want to fight, you want to do it. But we are telling you that your great grandfather, more evil was done to them. And you don't feel sympathy for this. You don't feel bad about this. And these are the people who did this to you. We are not even telling you to go do some fights. We are telling you to do what? Get back to your senses and know what you are accepting from them. Be wise and know what you are accepting. Know what they have taught you. Know how to reject those things that are not good and accept the ones that are good if there are ones that are good. This is where I'm heading to. In the Bible, when you open to the book of I think Exodus, yeah, that is where you will see the definition of the name that the Most High said they should call him. I think it was Moses or who said, if they ask me your name, who will I tell them? He said, tell them, I am that I am. I've sent you. I am that I am. When you come to the Hebrew Bible, you will see that this I am that I am is interpreted to be YHWH, which is seen or called the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton. This tetragrammaton, which is a YHWH, pronounced by the Hebrews as Yahweh or Yahuwah in full. Yahweh or Yahuwah in full. That tries to tell or explain to us that I am that I am means Yahweh, Yahuwah, which is what most people right now really thought or believe, and that is the name of the Most High. Because according to the Bible, that is what it has tried to picture to you. Now, on a normal sense, you ask me as a human being, what is my name? And I tell you, my name is I am that I am. I am who I am. I am what I am. Please, with all common sense, have I told you my name? Did I actually say my name? Did I actually introduce my name to you? Or I just told you that I am that thing that I am, which you don't know. And then you accept it and picked up. Because it doesn't have to do with this currency. It doesn't have to do with these currencies. That is why you fully accepted it. Because I know that anytime it has to do with these currencies, all your antennas will stand. You see how this my you see how this my hair is standing. That is how it will stand. Because you know that is where you exchange real value. That is where you exchange real value, the real value that you know. And then somebody come and tell you that the name is I am that I am. I am who I am, which is now interpreted to be Yahweh. And it's understood that this was what he wrote in that tablet. And then it was now shown YHWH, which was now pronounced as Yahuwah in the Hebrew or Yahweh. That is why you can see the Y in most of Israel's names. Like even the word Israel is pronounced as Yisrael. Yisrael. That Israel, it's coming from the Latin spellings. Just like I always tell you, it was J from the English, I from the Latin, Y from the Greeks. But on a normal day, you and I know that no name was said here. Okay, fine. When we now pick up this Yahuwah, this Yahweh, which is where some people now short into Yah. Now, do you know one funny thing about this? Some people believe that when they pronounce Yah, that Yah is the powerful name, that is the actual name. Why some want to believe that it is Yahuwah, that is the name, so that is the almighty name when they pronounce it. Why some people want to believe that it is YHWH, that is the name, which all of these are actually the same. Just that this Yahuwah is the full pronunciation of the YHWH, and also the Yah, which is YAH, is just a short of the Yahuwah. So all of it are just saying the same thing, just the same. So now you can see some people believe that it is Yahuwah, and then the other side of the son's name, it is Yahushua. Yahushua, which is just Yahushua, which is just Yeshua. So you can see the Yeshua is just the same as the Yahushua. Still the same pronunciation as the Yehoshua. It's still the same. But in all of this, we still trace back to the YHWH, which is I am that I am, which is the Yahuwah. So I am that I am means Yahuwah according to this Bible. So who is he? Because your name is not I am who I am. That is not your name. He said at the mention of that name, every knee shall bow. So at the mention of I am that I am, at the mention of Joshua, at the mention of Jesus, at the mention of Joshua, because even the Jesus is just the latest English transliteration. It's not even the beginning part of it, the first set of the names. Jesus is just the last part. That is why when you go to the Latin translation of the Bible in the 1611, that is where you clearly still see in King James Version where it is written Isos. There was no Jesus there. There was no Jesus. There was no Jesus. It was only after this period where we now have letter J, invented in that 1550 period, that we now have to remove the I of the Latin and put the J of the English, which made it to become Jesus. And even prior to that time, we also have Zeus, which is the Y. So most of the difference here you'll find is just the Y, the I, and the J. But all of this still points back that their origin comes from when they were told that the name is YHWH, which is the tetragrammaton. And in this tetragrammaton, when translated, that it means I am that I am. So I am that I am is the name of the Almighty. So when like I told you, if I tell you that this is 200 cities of Ghana, will you accept? You will not accept. If I tell you that this 1,000 naira, you will not accept it is. You argue with me. If I tell you that this is a $100 bill, you will not accept. You argue with me because you have sense. So why is that sense dumped when somebody now tell you that his name is I am what I am? I am who I am. You ask me now, just like you can see the name Ancient Wisdom, and you ask again, I'll say, oh, the name is I am. The name is my name is my name. My name is my name. Instead of telling you, okay, my name is Ancient Wisdom, and then I'm telling you, my name is my name. I am who I am. I am what I am. You are not explaining that's what you are. But we accepted. We are okay. We are okay, so that we will not be seen as devil, so that we will not be called agent of darkness, agent of demon, questioning things. See, one of the negative tag Christians will give to you quickly is when you ask questions, when you reason. So are you trying to tell me that in this Christendom, it is full of people who don't question things, full of people who don't reason, full of people who don't think, full of people who don't like reasoning? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is that what it is made of? Somebody brought a book to you and then tell you to accept everything inside this book, and that your questioning and reasoning is not accepted. Everything therein is perfect. Now, if everything therein is perfect, why do you have the very people who brought this Bible to you, the very people who brought this Bible to you? Do you realize that there are a set of Bible which they are using? Just like, take, for example, the Good News Bible. Are you aware that some books in that Bible are not in the regular popular Bible we have today? Are you aware? And this particular Bible is coming from the people who gave you the entire Bible. That means also that something was also removed from the one given down to you. And then I can remember that in that Bible, they always tell you that the God there said that thou shalt not add or remove. Thou shalt not add or remove. So we need to understand something. Was something removed or was something tried to be added? Because these are the people who gave you this Bible themselves, the Catholic Church. Without the Catholic Church, I don't think you will know that Bible. And this particular Bible, in fact, is actually known as the Catholic Bible. It's popularly known as the Catholic Bible. It's often yellow. I think that's the Good News Bible. It's often yellow with the cover, kind of short. And they have some passages, some chapters that are not in the regular verse. And then you also know that some verses in the entire Bible, for example, some verses that appear in NIV, New International Version, are not in maybe Good News, are not in King James Version. So what are those alterations? And we are all cool with it. You need to answer this question. Is it that something was removed by New International Version people, or something was tried to be added by the Catholic, the New Good News Bible version, or something was actually removed by King James before handing over to others? Somebody must have gone astray. You need to answer the question. The moment you are able to detect where the fault is coming from, you will know that the foundation itself is already bad. Because, like I told you in my previous video, whenever something is about to leak, they begin to do what? Updates. It is process of updating that is happening in those versions you are seeing. They are trying to adjust something. They are trying to adjust something. They are trying to remove something so that it doesn't contradict the picture they have already created, which they know that you are going to see the reality. And that is what? That is when they tell you that this is $5, and then you have gone to the market. When they tell you that this is $100, and then you have gone to the market to buy something that worth $100. As soon as you're entering the market, they know that everything is going to cast. And what is happening? They are now trying to change the color. Maybe change this 5 to 0 and add 1 this side and add another 0. That is what they are trying to do now. That is what they are trying to do. So at a point, they will release another version. There is if you think it's a lie, try to search a dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, 12th edition. Some of these dictionaries, especially backwards, 11th edition, 10th edition, downwards, so many things have been removed and changed that if you're able to still secure one of those old versions, you will see things with your eyes. Things that you don't believe, you will see it with your eyes. Those are all updates. And this update makes it more easy because of it makes it more easy in this technological world. That's one of the reasons I try to remove the paper ones. The paper ones is where the pure evidence has been, and they have handed it over to you, and it cannot change, it cannot melt out. But in this app that you are being replaced and thinking you are still holding that Bible, you will hold it in your hand and it will change. You will wake up in the morning, what you read yesterday is not what you read today. It's adjusted. What is I am that I am? Is that a name? You're not able to answer it. Is that a name? I am that I am. If I ask you your name now, you tell me my name is my name. Is there no point that we should even have some conscience to ask ourselves some of these questions? Am I not deceiving myself? How can somebody tell me my name is my name? How can some people come and create and tell us that this thing, that there's an almighty, a power from somewhere who says that this thing is perfect and that says that his name is I am that I am, and then we just accept it? Because it's not coming from a black man. If it's coming from a black man, you will doubt it. Just like I said, if I tell you that this is $100 bill, and we are doing business together, you will want to look for a way to even, not just to expose me, but to maim me. Africans need to realize that the game is over. And as the game is over, everything is being exposed. Our problem is not the white people. Our problem is our fellow black people. We are trying to teach this and they have hardened their heart and, shut down their ear, shut down their memory, shut down their reasoning. They don't want to hear anything. The only thing they open their eyes to and reasoning is money, business time. You will see the kind of, and also evil. Time to do evil, to craft evil. To craft evil. And this evil is permeating in the younger generations. Because you produce what you are. At the time of giving birth, at the time of passing your semen, your last being, your last threat is what passes into that semen. The last photocopy, the last copy of you is what passes through that semen and joins with the woman's own and then comes out. So if you were extremely corny at the point of, releasing your semen, which now forms a baby later, that's the nature of a child that is going to come out. Some time ago, I gave somebody a phone to do something, and then before you know it, a child, and then another child came over, told that child that I said he should bring the phone for him to return. And then as soon as the other child gave to this boy, the boy now took the phone and went to another corner and started using it. But I was somewhere watching the whole thing, how the thing worked magically. Everything was perfect. That's extreme craftiness from a child. Children, then tell me what is in the heart of adults. That's where you see them perfect, see them open their brain. Time to do business, you see all the antennas is raising. But bring the same book, the most powerful one, the one that can change your entire life, the one that can doom you. And then you don't want to reason about that one. And I'll tell you that one is perfect. Don't touch. It's a no-go area. Anybody that thinks like this, anybody that reasons like this is a devil. That is why we are still where we are. The moment, the day we all wake up and stand and say, no, enough is enough. If this question cannot be answered, see, there are so many questions in that your church that if you ask Church Abasa, do you know what is Church Abasa? If ask the person, what is the meaning of Church Abasa? There are some questions you will ask. You will know that the congregation will scatter. That is the meaning of Church Abasa. The congregation will scatter. Yes. But those questions, even you have been conditioned not to, because you are seeing the large crowd and you are seeing as if there is time for everything. They have monitored the time. If you stand up to start asking this kind of question, it's like you're messing up. It's like you are doing, who are you, sir? Are you not seeing some professors? Why are they not asking the question? Who are you? That's the mindset. Then you calm yourself and then, be okay, be cool with whatever is being taught and just forge along. That is what happens. And so every Sunday, see, let me tell you something. The people who are in church today, there are two sets of people who are in church. One, it is either, if you're in the church, it's either you don't know what you're reading, or you are just insincere. Remember, the first is either you don't even know, or you are insincere. There are a lot of people who are insincere. They want to avoid that part. They don't even want to open the topic and talk about it. Mostly are the pastors at this level. They don't want to go close because of the financial benefits they're already getting, the position they have already seen themselves. Any day you start seeing this pastor start telling you, leaking these secrets to you, start leaking these secrets, start questioning these things, know that the time is close. And be careful for these same particular pastors trying to tell you to return to your ancestors, because they will also drag you again to another corner. If they can hold you for these years, they can drag you to another part again. Leave them completely when you are ready to leave. Leave them. Don't let these same people take you or introduce you to the ancestors. No, that will be the final loss. The same people, just like the white people, after enslaving your fathers, massacring you, the same people now brought a savior to you, which you are now realizing that if you have started opening your own eyes to realize that it's actually another deception, another wickedness. Let's begin to ask questions. What is I am that I am? What is Yahuwah? What is Yahweh? What is Yahushua? What is Yeshua? Let's be sincere. Let's be sincere. Trace back to the origin. Trace back to the origin. As soon as you trace back to the origin, Church Abasa. As soon as you trace back to the origin, the congregation will scatter. And I know that inside your mind, you don't want to trace back to the origin. And inside your mind, you don't want to hear about it because you're insincere. And inside your pastor's mind, they know the truth and they don't want you to check that side. The moment you do that, Church Emegene Abasa.